What we want to do with the Assad group is just develop a team that is known for their integrity, for working hard and supporting their clients and just giving the best level of service, because that's what clients want. Hi, I'm Kim Assad with Compass Real Estate. I've lived in Texas since I was 11 years old, and we've lived in Grapevine since 2002. Grapevine is a great area to live in. We love the downtown area. It's like an old Western movie with log cabins. It's known as the Christmas capital of Texas, and we're really proud of our city. We love living here. Our kids grew up in the school district, Grapevine-Colleyville ISD. We love their education and have been proud of just the relationships and friendships they've made in the community here. There's been all walks of life, from lots of stay-at-home moms to working parents that do a lot of volunteering for the schools. And that's really kind of how I've met a lot of my clients, is volunteering in the schools, whether I'm the teen mom or in the booster club, or volunteered with NCL National Charity League, or with my son through Second Saturdays. We've had a great time just meeting so many people in the community. I've been in real estate since 2000. I'm actually a civil engineer by degree, married a civil engineer, and then I got my real estate license back in 2000 and just have loved it ever since, because I love working with people and just the relationship. Real estate is really a relationship business. It's about developing relationships, somebody that trusts you, and that we can help them accomplish their real estate goals. I was a broker on my own before, and I joined Compass because I just love the image and the support that I have with Compass. I mean, our ads look so professional, our listings look so desirable, and it just helps the client out because I can get their home sold faster. But I have the Assad group under Compass. I've grown that with 2 agents initially that have been great agents, and then now my family's even joined. So my husband, who joined Compass about a year ago, and then now my son. You know, I just want to welcome your business, and if you have any real estate needs, whether you're looking for a rental, a purchase, to sell your house, or an investment property, just call me.
Hello, Mustang Nation. Welcome to Week 12 of the Coach Mike Alexander Show, Team 103 season. Special thanks to Kim Assad and the Assad Group for sponsoring us again. We are coming to you live from Hotel Vin right here in the Christmas capital of Texas, Grapevine, Texas. Let's hear it for Hotel Vin. Let's hear it for our Mustangs in the house. Alongside Coach Mike Alexander, I'm Matt Carnes, Grapevine Booster. And if you know how to do high school football math, you know Week 12 means Week 2 of the playoff season. So congratulations on a big win, Coach. It didn't go all the way as smooth as you wanted to all the way through, but you had a great start and you had a great finish. So congratulations on Week 2 win.
Yeah, you can't get everything in life, Matt. You know, we had to make it a little bit interesting, I guess. But no, man, super proud of our kids. They started fast, especially the defense.
Man.
You know, causing all those turnovers at the beginning, and then offensive capitalizing. Yeah, we'd like to have a do-over in the third quarter for sure. But, you know, hats off to Cooper for continuing to play hard and, you know, keeping it a game.
Well, not only did they not give up, for a little while there, they had a shot to take the lead. Mm-hmm. Defense held tight and just never gave up.
Yeah, you know, that was the mark of a champion right there when, you know, it was a 3-point game and they're kicking off and we turned the ball over to them. And, you know, our defense really stepped up in that moment and made some plays. And then we got it back to our offense and we went and punched it in and then did it again, you know, repeated that and ended up with a 17-point lead at the end of the game. So just proud of our coaches and our players for staying the course and just sticking together and not panicking.
Well, the game starts off with them moving down the field pretty comfortably. Drew Nelson gets that strip fumble there at the 4-yard line, and then Parker just explodes for 96 yards. So you had to be kind of wondering there for a minute what's really going on, and then all of a sudden everything turned back in your way.
Yeah, you know, defense were on their heels there that first series. You know, they came out and I told the guys on Thursday during our walkthrough that you know, that's a mark of Abilene Cooper football. They all year long they've scored in their first possession. You know, they've come up with some new wrinkles offensively, and they have talented athletes, and so they've always managed to get down the field and put points on the board there early. And it looked like they were going to do the same thing the other night. And then Drew coming up with the big play right there at the 5-yard line, and then tables turn and Parker and the offense take it 95, 96 yards on the first play.
Well, follow that up with a couple of more turnovers.
Yep.
Quickly, you get out of the first quarter up 17-0.
Yeah. The turnovers are product of playing hard. Those fumbles happen when you get a lot of guys to the football and you're stripping the ball and you got guys rallying and then pressuring the quarterback, balls flying up a little bit high, and you got interceptions happening. So the defensive line are as much a part of those interceptions in many cases as the DBs. Just getting the pressure on the quarterback. It's not always about sacks, affecting the quarterback, especially in high school. If you can just affect the high school quarterback and make him uncomfortable, he'll give you opportunities to get interceptions.
Well, that showed up at the end of the game with that long throw that Dalton got that really sealed the game at the end.
That's right.
Well, we're going to go to the game highlights in a minute. But one thing I do want to mention, let's talk about the open field tackles, because there were some tackles when that game was still in question. Mm-hmm. Major Heck, Hunter Lasher. I mean, there were some huge, wide open field tackles. Those tackles don't get made.
Yeah. Things
don't go your way.
There's no doubt. Our guys, they emphasize this in practice every week. They're getting better. Hunter, especially out there in the open field, just taking some really talented guys down one-on-one, and then like you said, Major. That's not an easy thing to do when a running back is creased through the second level and he's running right at you with a head of steam, to get him down like he does. But they both had big nights and saved the day for us a few times.
We'll go to the highlights in a minute. Talk about Breakfast of Champions with Steve Lineweaver. We wake up that morning and get a wonderful talk from Coach Lineweaver. No doubt.
I mean, what a treat. Chip Mercer and I were going back and forth, last week talking about who we're going to get to come talk to the guys, and I told us, just hang on, I got a call in that if it works out, it's going to be great, and it did, and it was Coach Lineweaver, and oddly enough, he told me that morning. Because I was asking about retirement, and I was like, how you staying busy and all that. And he said, Mike, honestly, this is the first talk I've given in 4 years. Nobody's asked me. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. Wow. So I tried to get him on the books for next year already. I'm like, we'll make you a regular, But he's such a great guy. I told the players and dads on Friday morning, he's one of those men that when you get done talking with him, you just feel better. Just feel good. No doubt. You feel better about yourself. Feel better about life. You feel better. He makes you feel good. And I love having those people around our players.
Well, that does help. But I'll tell you, what a resume that guy has. As you were sitting there reading all through the state championships and all the titles, it's a pretty impressive career.
Yeah, impressive, for sure.
Well, let's go. That starts the day off Breakfast of Champions. We'll do it again this week at 8 o'clock. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But let's go look at some of these highlights from Friday night.
All right. Let's see here. Oh, this is going to be starting off. So these plays are just in sequential order. So really, I think we're just going to start off here with the strip, the fumble recovery by Drew. And like I said, this was after about 4 plays of them just moving on down the field. Completed ball, tackle made, strip, fumble recovery. We'll take a closer look at it here on the tight copy. Then I think the end zone gives us a pretty good view of it too. Big hit, puts his shoulder pad, helmet right on the football. Big time play right there in the playoffs to shut your opponent down right before they're going in to score. Opening drive. Momentum shift.
It happened so fast live, you really couldn't tell what happened.
Hang on. This isn't going to be right. They were out of order a little bit there. Here, let me get this fixed. All right, this should be Parker Polk on the 95-yard touchdown run. A lot of good blocking up front. You see the offensive line moving those guys backwards. Little crease right there and blocking downfield. That's Sammy Kelly right there getting it done. And then Parker does the rest. There was never a question if he was going to get caught, by the way. I just want you to know. Nobody ever thought, I wonder if he's going to make it. We knew he was getting in there.
Nobody wanted to make sure that more than him either, I can promise you.
Oh, man. No, good job by the offensive line, like I said, and then there's the end zone shot of him.
He had 4 guys trying, though.
Yeah, for sure. All right, moving on. Here we go. Defense back on the field. All right, once again, like I said, this ball just gets a little bit high on the receiver, and Major's there to corral it. And you know what I'm saying right here. Take care of the football.
Ball security.
Tuck it away. Ball security, tuck it away. I get so nervous when those DBs start running around with the ball in their hand. Well, they don't ever do it, you know. Like, I mean, the offensive guys, we're always on their tail about ball security. These guys.
He's looking for 6.
He is, and the ball's out there, and it's making me nervous. Golly. All right, offense. All right, put in a little wrinkle here, John. I don't know if anybody noticed, but we did a little misdirection with Cooper last week. We got both guards, 2 running backs, all running the wrong direction, and then come back and run just a 2-man option game out the back door, and worked out like we hoped it would. Rondell, man, almost broke that one all the way, but really proud of our guys for executing. You got a lot of stuff going on right there, trying to confuse the defense, and then good execution by Evan and Rondell.
He almost made that.
He did. We get all the way down there to the 2, run just a little inside zone. I think Parker's going to take it in here for the score.
Got to be feeling good at this point. You're up 14-0, and the game's really not been going that long.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good start. Like I said, we've already created 2 turnovers. We've had 2 touchdowns. Couldn't really script it any better. Defense comes back on the field and just kind of picks up where they left off. Dalton Knapp had a big night at his linebacker position right here, chasing down the running back. This is Coach Annell and the staff doing a good job of scheming up some stuff against Cooper, freeing up Dalton on the edge and not doing exactly what we had done in previous games. You know, I think a lot of times people, when they're scheming the Grapevine Mustangs, they look at our kids and they say they're very disciplined, they're going to do X, Y, or Z, so we're going to show them this. And our kids, did a good job last week of making a little adjustment and not spilling that pulling guard like we normally would. And it's paid off.
Watching through the game for the second time, watching 41 play, he doesn't move or act or play like a sophomore.
Yeah, very, very athletic, very rangy, and, plays the game the right way. And very, very, I guess he can, they talk about some guys can flip a switch, and play with a chip on their shoulder and attitude, and Dalton does that for sure. All right, this is I think this is another turnover that we got possibly. No, not. Yeah, it is. Yeah, this is the one Tyler Mears causes. Quarterback getting a little bit loose with it. Tyler causes it. Latham Way recovers it. And, big time. That's number 3 on the night, which is going to lead to points right here. This is going to be Hayden Rhodes kicking a 46-yard field goal. 41-yard field goal. We had our troubles with the field goals against the wind. He nailed this one from 41 with the wind. And it really wasn't a problem with distance. The wind just kept pushing that ball to the left. I hated it for Hayden, hated it for our team because, to start the third quarter, we went straight down the field, 9-play drive to kick that field goal to get points and walked away with nothing. But it's part of the game. We got to make an adjustment, do better next week. This is Ryan Hamilton on the kickoff coverage. And, this is Ryan's first trip back on the kickoff cover in quite a few weeks. Ryan started out on the varsity. We moved him down to the JV to get a bunch of reps so he could play corner for us and get a lot more experience. And then last week we brought him back, stuck him on the kickoff cover team because of the job he does during practice every day. And he picked right up where I thought he would and made a big-time play right there on the kickoff cover team. Just really proud of Ryan and the work that he's been doing in our program, getting better and better every week.
Well, you picked the entire kickoff coverage team as a DNA Player of the Week, so you can see why right there.
Man, it was an emphasis. Looking back to the last 2 or 3 weeks, kickoff cover had been kind of a sore spot on our team. Our starting position that defense is having to go out and defend has been like 35-yard line, 40-yard line, and it's not acceptable. And we did better last week against a really good Cooper team that they'd already ran, I think, 3 touchdowns or 3 kickoffs back for touchdowns on the year. So kickoff team did a great job. All right, here we go. Back on defense now. This is just more just our guys doing what they do, causing some issues in blocking schemes. This is Dalton Knapp on the perimeter. They're not sure, is Dalton going to spill? Is he going to leverage this ball? He climbs and gets a TFL. Big-time play right there by Dalton Knapp. Uh-oh.
There we go.
Matt, I hate to tell you, but this is kind of what happened last time. You weren't here when we did the show. We got about halfway through the slides.
Let's hope it doesn't fail tonight.
Yeah.
These are too good to miss.
All right, here we go. Defense still on the field. I think this is going to be a TFL. This is a little corner blitz. We got working with Dalton and CJ. Dalton's coming under the tackle. CJ's coming off the edge. Little guy's fired up, ain't he? You see that?
It's good to see.
CJ's fiery. We love it. Okay, here we go. More defense. Notice defense is battling, man. They're in there trying to work it out. This is a little empty package, run triple options. Man, Major'd like to have that one back, but his teammates keep rallying and run the guy out of bounds for minimal gain. But just wanted to throw that clip on there just to show you the team concept that, this is a bunch of guys doing their job right here, stringing this thing out because Cooper's got some really dynamic skill kids but it takes 11 guys on defense doing their job to contain the talent that we have to face week in, week out, and really proud of our guys. All right, defense gets the ball back. Here we go to the offense, and all right, we come out slinging right here, first down. This doesn't happen much, but we felt good about this call. Felt like it was going to be open all week. We practiced it, hadn't run that route this year, and came in and hit Sammy Kelly on a little dig route. Evan throws a nice ball. Everybody does their job. So
Evan didn't seem to throw the ball a whole lot, but when he did, it really mattered.
Yeah, I mean, he was accurate the other night. He was very accurate. Look at these guys blocking up front, man. Watch this. Just moving them. Their defensive line just going backwards. Look at that. Travis has that poor kid. He's probably having nightmares about Travis Mason this week.
Well, Travis had him in the end zone about the same time Parker got there. There was a race to the goal line.
Yeah. All right. This was an interesting play. We run everybody off and just want to hit Parker on a little option route, and typically there's a linebacker or two that he has to miss and make miss. And man, it looked like they were, I don't know, they got 3 guys chasing him. It was just kind of weird. It doesn't happen a whole lot on that play, but Parker does a good job getting the chains moved, getting the first down. All right, we just knew we were going to hit the crack and go right here on this play if we can get it to pull up. So we'd been cracking with our outside receiver all night long, and we just felt like it was the right time to get the crack and go. We just thought, you know, this is about to be a huge touchdown for Caden Cook. Might have still been able to do it, but Evan keeps his composure and finds Brady on the little sit-down route right there, and ends up being a pretty big play for us. And the funny thing is, we always told Brady just kind of run out there, you know, and sit it down, and never really thought about throwing it to him. But you know, Evan found it, and that's why you keep guys at different levels, and pretty good deal right there.
Good job of keeping his eyes downfield.
Yeah, for sure. Evan played well the other night, especially in the passing game and moving the ball. This is going to be another big one. I think this is a 4th down conversion to Hank Miller. Man, this is a tight window, too. We're running a little YSL.
Tight throw.
My goodness.
And he does a good job of hanging on to it because he got hit immediately.
That's a big-time catch by Hank. You know, we have 2 really talented tight ends with Brady and Hank, and they're really good 1-2 punch combination.
As much as the ball had been spread around, it did not look like he was anybody's target on that defensive setup there.
You know, I don't know. There's times when we target individual people, but so many times, I mean, we're trying to take shots, and then we're, you know, always have check downs. And, you know, Tom Brady won a lot of Super Bowls checking the ball down, you know, and that's what we keep telling our quarterbacks. You know, hopefully you don't play guys like Hunter Lasher that can take the check down and go there and tackle them and, you know, in space like that. But that's a big-time play by Hunter, man. That ain't easy to do, Matt.
No, you see in all levels, that's an easy miss for the receiver out there in open space to go out and get some more yards. That's a great job of wrapping him up, bringing him down.
I mean, I promise you, when Abilene Cooper was drawn, you know, talking about the play they're going to run on the weekends, when they're like, okay, if we can get number 3 the ball out there in space, that's a win.
Miss.
You know, that's a win for us.
Make him miss.
But he ain't met Hunter Lasher.
Yeah, the better Lasher.
You're not going to get me to say that. You're never. Not happening. Not happening. Once again, same thing. Hunter making a play in open field. Did you try to body slam him, Hunter? Then he was too heavy? Is that what happened?
I don't have to make you say it, Coach. He said it himself.
Oh, man.
That's going to be a fun Christmas at that household.
He did say it himself. Okay, wrapping this up. Here we go. Major Heck. All right, they've been running this concept a couple times, right, Major, throughout the game? All right, they'd hit it a couple times. Major sided no mas.
No.
So he steps in front of it. Once again, he's carrying the ball loosely. I'm panicking, but proud of Major right there.
He even took one for the team on the sideline there.
He did. He got a late hit. We got 15 extra yards. Yep. All right, we get the ball back. Good team. This is complimentary football. Defense gets a takeaway. Offense goes in and punches in and scores quickly. That's very complimentary football. Scary moment right here. This kid right here takes a shot, and that's when that kid stayed down for so long.
Yeah.
You know, after Parker punches it in on the touchdown right there. But he got up, and from what we understand, he's doing fine. One more high throw. Turns into another interception for the Mustangs. This time it's Dalton Knapp. Lord have mercy. Look at that ball. I'm serious. Watch the ball. He's carrying it way out here.
He's looking for the end zone, Coach.
Gosh. Yeah. I just hope the ball gets there with him. All right. All right, inside zone. Dude, Parker actually asked me this before this play. He says, Coach, is this the one where I don't score? I said, no, this is the one where you score. That's not the time of the game to do that.
We ain't there yet.
We're not there yet. You go punch it in. Hey, yes, sir. Yes, sir. He goes out there, first play, and sticks it in the end zone.
Touchdown number 5.
Yeah, number 5, baby. So
Yeah,
proud
that's a
of
big night.
him right there, man.
You realize he had 5 touchdowns and over 200 yards rushing and did not make Whataburger player to vote on. How in the world Whataburger or whoever picked that list missed Parker, I have no idea.
I don't know, man. I know this. He ran the ball really well the other night. Had great ball security. It was awesome to watch.
It was a big night. Well, congratulations to them. Congratulations to you. What a great night. So we'll go in a little bit in a different order tonight. We normally do the highlights last and then go into the next week. But now we'll go into our DNA players. Hopefully they're all here. They were all out eating. Let's see if we can round them all up. All right, come on up, guys. Let's start off here with our attitude player this week, Caden Cook. Yeah, I don't know if are you wearing that for me or are you wearing that for you?
Just for you.
I appreciate that. That was good. Well, you're the attitude player of the week, and if you're a Horned Frog, we know you got a good attitude, right?
That's right.
That's
yes,
a
sir.
good start to that. Did you watch the game on Saturday?
Yeah, it was scary.
Were you
but
nervous?
A little bit. The play calling at the end was a little bit questionable, but
We won't go into that.
Yeah.
We'll there may be Baylor fans here that don't want to hear about that, but I was there and did not believe what I saw. So anyway, so you're the attitude player of the week this week for the Mustangs, and that's what we're here to talk about. Tell us why you're the attitude player and what you're doing this week to make sure it continues on.
no, I'm just keeping a good attitude with just in the blocking game. I'm not going to get the ball a ton, but I'm fine with that. And I'm just going to do what I can to help the team win.
Your job, as they say, for the receivers, offensive line block for first down, receivers block for touchdowns, and y'all have done a wonderful job of that. Talk about what it's like downfield in the open field blocking.
It's really fun. Just being able to drive them and just pancake them just whenever. I don't know, it's fun.
Well, y'all have been working for this for a long time. There's been people talking about Team 103 being the team that has a shot to go all the way. Talk about as part of that and how y'all are focused on making sure this thing keeps going.
We're just focusing right now on loving each other and keeping each other accountable, so that because right now we need to get better as a team, and that's one way we can do that to take us to the next level and potentially make that state championship.
Well, it's worked all year with the exception of one game, and y'all get a chance to redeem that this week. You looking forward to that
Yes,
opportunity Friday night?
Oh yeah.
Well, good. Let's hear it again for our attitude player of the week, Caden Cook. Next up, we got our compete player, Major Heck. Major had a big game the other night. Second week in a row, this kid's been up here. So let's talk about ball security.
I have great ball security.
Even when you're running right in front of the coach and he's saying otherwise?
Yeah.
Careful. Well, congratulations on the big game. That was awesome to see. Just as that game was developing and you were able to get those picks, talk about how that was helping the team and keeping things moving your direction.
Well, I felt the last one, we fumbled on the kickoff return, and it was like a 4th and 6. It was a big play. We were down by 3. They decided to go for it. They wanted to win, and that was, I feel, the momentum switch we needed for our offense to get going, Parker to score those touchdowns and us go up by 2 scores.
Well, it was good to see. You're a junior, right? So you're a junior. You get to come back. But talk about what it means to be a part of Team 103 and helping these seniors to try to keep this thing going and win that final game.
Well, I try my hardest every time because I got pulled up last year, and I saw the seniors. I got pulled up and saw them lost and how bad it affected them, and I want to win it just as much as them, and I want them to end the season on a win.
Well, that's one of the things that could take this week. Let's hear it again for our Compete Award winner, Major Heck. Next up, we got our Tough Award winner, Tristan Sneed. We'll bring up Travis and Dalton next. We'll hold the kickoffs till last because we may have multiple there. But let's hear it for our Tough Award winner, Tristan Sneed. Tristan's been DNA player before, so you kind of know how this works. You were the tough player of the week, but talk about what it was like in the trenches this week, because Abilene Cooper, West Texas team, everybody knows how tough those guys are. Talk about how tough it was in the trenches.
To me, it wasn't really that tough. It was just going against our normal team pretty much every day. You got to be nasty to work in the trenches, so just be nastier than the person in front of you.
So you're not being tough, you're just being you.
Yeah.
Which is tough.
Yep.
Okay, that's what we want to hear. Talk about this week and what you're looking forward to, because the trenches were kind of where the game was decided against Argyle back in September. Talk about what y'all are doing to be ready to get ready for this next one to pay Argyle back for the loss back in September.
We're looking to be tougher down in the trenches. Dalton and I are going to be working in fives again, so that's going to be fun. And I'm looking forward to a rematch with those tackles.
Well, good. Well, we're looking forward to it, too. Let's hear it again for our Tough Award winner, Tristan Sneed. Next up, we got Discipline Award winner, Travis Mason. Travis, of course, no stranger to the DNA player. So we were talking just last week at Costa Vida, as a matter of fact. You got the Discipline Award. Why did you get that this week?
Well, real sensitive. I think I got it because really all the offensive linemen and everyone on offense, obviously in the third quarter, wasn't really hitting for us, and a lot of us just had to keep doing our jobs and keep doing it, and then eventually it started to hit, and then we got the 2 touchdowns at the very end, and I really do think that it's because everyone just kept doing their jobs, and we didn't give up, and we didn't let the score, even though we were up, affect us at all. We just kept doing what we were coached to do.
Just do your job, as they say, right?
Right.
Well, talk about driving that kid all the way to the end zone. That kid has got to be sorry that got on film.
Yeah, he probably is.
Well, I have another question for you. Have you gone back and watched the games at all on YouTube and heard all the introductions and all that stuff?
I actually haven't. I mean, we've watched them in film and stuff like that, but I actually haven't really gone and watched the broadcast.
You have 5 offensive linemen, 4 of which introduced himself as a stud. The freshman doesn't get to do that. He's an offensive lineman. Did y'all just hang him out to dry on that and not tell him what y'all were doing?
So,
confession time.
When that happened, so obviously we're all in the 70s, and he's 55. So when we were doing our intros at the very beginning of the season, he went before us because we went numerically. Okay. And it was kind of towards the end that we went. So by then we were like, hey, let's just say studs instead of offensive line.
Well, it's funny to see that. It's funny how that worked out for him getting left out. But anyway, I just had to ask.
Yeah.
So let's hear it again for our Discipline Award winner, Travis Mason. Next up, we got our Fight Award winner, Dalton Knapp. Then we'll bring up the kickoff coverage team. So, Dalton, you obviously had a big game the other night. You were all over the place. Was anything quite as fun as getting that interception, though?
No, I was smiling as soon as I caught the ball.
Let's talk about ball security.
I was trying to switch it to the sideline.
Yeah.
I was looking for the end zone.
Could you hear a coach across the field yelling, ball security, ball security, ball security?
The corner was actually telling me to kneel it, though.
I saw that. There was no chance, was there? No. All right, well, let's talk about the Fight Award. Why did you get the Fight Award this week?
I had to fight for my seniors to keep playing and keep their football season alive.
And how are y'all going to keep doing that this week with the Argyle game Friday night?
Just doing our jobs and everything they're asking from us.
Well, so far it's worked out real well. Let's hear it again for our Fight Award winner, Dalton Knapp. Now we're going to have maybe some multiple, I'm not sure exactly what we got, but the Family Award winner this week is the kickoff coverage team. You get to do it by yourself?
I guess so.
Welcome to the stage. And remind me again, it's Ryan?
Ryan Hamilton, yeah.
Brian Hamilton. Okay, well, we saw you on the highlight there, getting on the coverage down there, so good job on that. Talk about the kickoff coverage team, how it wound up getting the Family Award winner this week.
Well, I mean, last week we knew we had to improve as a unit, as a family, so it kind of all came together, and it was kind of unspoken that we need to bring up the intensity. Really, the only reason I made that hit is because the other 10 guys were doing so well that forced it back to my side. You know what I mean?
You ready to do it again this week?
Hell yeah.
We're ready to see it again this week, I can promise you. Let's hear it again for our DNA kickoff covers team and Brian Hamilton. Thanks for coming up. All right. Now we get to talk about this week. Coach, I know September the 9th has been on your mind all year long. You were now at 11-1, and this is the one you get to finally pay back. So talk about getting ready for the payback this week.
And, you know, Matt, it's really not about, honestly, it's really not about payback or revenge or rematch. It's about it's a third round game. And when we were on the bus last year, leaving Abilene and ACU and driving back home, I mean, that was some serious, I was having some serious talks with God about where are we as a program, what can we do to get over the hump to win this third round game, because we had been there 2 years in a row, 3 out of the last 4. And so I was sitting there just thinking, like, what can we do? And so I started making lists of things that I needed to do differently in our program. And we've made some adjustments. We've done some things differently. And we're here again. So to me, Matt, it really has nothing to do with Argyle, but everything to do with the Mustangs and everything that we've done since January to get to this point.
Well, you've been there. This will be year 3 in a row, correct, to the third round?
Yeah, third year in a row.
4 out of 5. Those of you who know Bum Phillips, he had a saying about getting to the door and kicking it in. I won't say the rest of it, but that was kind of where you're at here. You've gotten there before, and now you've knocked on that door, and now you're ready to kick it in.
It is, and, you know, heck, if you're going to kick it in, you might as well kick in the biggest door there is, and, you know, they're number 1 in the state for a reason. Like you said, we've been here, 3 years in a row, 4 out of the last 5 years. It's time for the Mustangs to get over that hump and get this done.
Well, and we'll find out Friday night. A lot of people pulling for you and a lot of people thinking you can do it. Winner will get the winner of the Canutillo-Abilene-Wiley game. 2 teams you know well and have played recently in the playoffs.
Yeah, I guess that was, goodness, was that the COVID year, maybe?
I think it was COVID, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the COVID year.
Canutillo in Big Spring.
Yep. We played Abilene-Wiley first at home, and then drove out to Big Spring and played Canutillo. That's right. I think our seniors were sophomores because we'd moved quite a few of them up, and they were contributing at that point. Yeah.
Well, that's not the focus now. Focus will come number 1 against number 4, Dragon Stadium over in Southlake, 6 p.m. Friday night. Talk a little bit about the game and what it means to you and how to get ready for this.
So, man, it's 2 good football teams. You know, they have some insane stats defensively. They make it exceptionally difficult on offense to gain points and get first downs, and so it's, you know, we're completely prepared. Our team is that we may not have a lot of big explosive plays down the field. But we're going to be disciplined, and we're going to do our job, and we're going to, you know, stay on schedule and just get 4 or 5 yards at a pop and just do our thing and not get impatient, and that's kind of the goal, you know, on offense, is take care of the football, get first downs, and we'll eventually, if we do that enough, we'll find ourselves down there in the end zone, and it's time to make plays. Defensively, you know, we kind of know what we're up against. You know, we need to play well defensively, and it's going to start with the guys up front, and we're going to have to tackle well because they want to lean on you. And, man, I'm excited. I think it's a great matchup for our guys. I think we match up well with them, and I'm excited.
Well, it's going to be a good one. You definitely matched up well last time. It was a winnable ball game, just didn't go your way in the end. So it's going to be a good one to see. That's Friday night, the Dragon Stadium, 6 p.m., It's an NFHS broadcast, is that correct, Mr. Polk? Do you know off the top of your head?
It's also on CW33.
Oh, we did CW33 this week, nice. Okay. So, and that'll be connected from the website, I'm sure, so we'll be able to see that. But it'll be good to see that on TV and on CW3. The day will start this week at 8 a.m. with Breakfast of Champions.
Yeah, Dad. So you sleeping in an extra hour than what we normally are. We're 8 a.m. Day after Thanksgiving on Friday. So just, you know, it's a weird day with us not having school, but we thought we'd bring the guys in at 8, do Breakfast with Champions, and then send them back home and do walkthrough right after lunch.
Okay. Well, you can do that this week without school, and it's not like you have a big travel schedule. It's going to be right across the tracks.
Yep.
So John Earl will be there. Don't miss that. Men, it's worth being there. John is incredible. He's been there before. We all know him and love him, so it'd be great to see them. And I'll see you there at 8 o'clock. Anything else before we sign off on this one?
Hey, y'all come on out. It's gonna be a good show Friday at Dragon Stadium. Tickets are on sale. You can go to Carroll ISD at tickets and get those there. But go Mustangs!
Well, let's hear it again. Say thanks to Kim Assad and the Assad Group. Thanks to Hotel Vin here on the third rail for hosting us once again. Thanks to Davis and Zach Towery and everybody who made this one happen. Have a happy Thanksgiving. See you Friday night. Go Mustangs!
What we want to do with the Assad Group is just develop a team that is known for their integrity, for working hard and supporting their clients and just giving the best level of service, because that's what clients want. Hi, I'm Kim Assad with Compass Real Estate. I've lived in Texas since I was 11 years old, and we've lived in Grapevine since 2002. Grapevine is a great area to live in. We love the downtown area. It's like an old Western movie with log cabins. It's known as the Christmas capital of Texas, and we're really proud of our city. We love living here. Our kids grew up in the school district, Grapevine Colleyville ISD. We love their education and have been proud of just the relationships and friendships they've made in the community here. There's been all walks of life, from lots of stay-at-home moms to working parents that do a lot of volunteering for the schools. And that's really kind of how I've met a lot of my clients, is volunteering in the schools, whether I'm the teen mom or in the booster club, or volunteered with NCL National Charity League, or with my son through Second Saturdays. We've had a great time just meeting so many people in the community. I've been in real estate since 2000. I'm actually a civil engineer by degree, married a civil engineer, and then I got my real estate license back in 2000 and just have loved it ever since, because I love working with people and just the relationship. Real estate is really a relationship business. It's about developing relationships, somebody that trusts you, and that we can help them accomplish their real estate goals. I was a broker on my own before, and I joined Compass because I just love the image and the support that I have with Compass. I mean, our ads look so professional, our listings look so desirable, and it just helps the client out because I can get their home sold faster. But I have the Assad Group under Compass. I've grown that with 2 agents initially that have been great agents, and then now my family's even joined. So my husband, who joined Compass about a year ago, and then now my son. You know, I just want to welcome your business, and if you have any real estate needs, whether you're looking for a rental, a purchase, to sell your house, or an investment property, just call me.